know about you, but nothing beats an awesome scenery to wake up and rise up in the morning time. So I certainly love finding those awesome spots to help to wake you up on a bright and awesome day like this one. I think it starts the right ball rolling. Let's see what's in the headlines, and then we'll come back with our features in just a minute.
Good morning. The St. Lucia Teachers Union, the SLTU, continues to take issue with the Ministry of Education's approach to the review of the draft education bill, and the union has expressed its displeasure to the Education Minister, Sean Edward. The union believes that it was not consulted enough on the drafting of the new legislation and that it has been disrespected by the Education Ministry. The Education Minister has, in response, expressed his desire for a productive relationship between the Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education.
The Ministry of Education has been in touch with the SLTU, and we are in a position to show evidence where the SLTU was consulted on that particular matter. But we do not want any back and forth with the SLTU. I am on the record as stating that the St. Lucia Teachers Union is too important an ally for the Ministry of Education for there to be any back and forth for acrimony to be encouraged between the SLTU and the Ministry of Education. We value the SLTU as a partner, and I can even speak for myself. When I left the classrooms to enter politics so many years, 3 elections ago, up to a day like today, the 7th of January, I still pay my dues by way of salary deduction to the SLTU. And this is a reflection of what I think of the SLTU. Very important organization in the scheme of national development.
The Education Minister says that the ministry has always been open to dialogue with the St. Lucia Teachers Union, the SLTU, and he says that moving forward, the SLTU will be considered an essential partner in the education process. A 10-part parenting education series was launched yesterday by the Early Childhood Services Unit of the Ministry of Education.
We have advanced so much, especially with respect to technology. Yet, our children are faced with a myriad of issues due to poverty, various forms of abuse, disabilities, to name a few. Despite technology and information at our fingertips, parents, guardians are still finding it difficult to obtain information to be able to resolve parenting challenges they encounter. As educators, we understand that learning takes place when persons can relate to what is being taught. True connections are made and information is likely to be retained. Once you have watched the series, you will see that there was careful consideration in choosing the locations, actors, actresses, and even more so the content, so that we could really meet the objective of helping parents and children.
The miniseries, which was produced by Dove Productions with funding from the United Nations Children's Fund, or UNICEF, focuses on creating stronger parent-child relationships. A Hospital Road man has been charged with murder. This is in connection with the stabbing death of Shane Edwin toward the end of last year. On Sunday, December 31st, about 5 p.m., the Criminal Investigations Department in Castries received and responded to a report of a stabbing on Manuel Street. The victim, 30-year-old Shane Edwin, was conveyed to the Owen King EU Hospital, where he was pronounced dead by a medical practitioner. On Wednesday, January 3rd, the Major Crimes Unit arrested 26-year-old Marcel DeMille of Hospital Road in Castries. DeMille was subsequently charged for the murder of Shane Edwin. On Tuesday, January 9th, Marcel DeMille was taken before the First District Court in Castries for the purpose of bail and has been remanded to the Bordelais Correctional Facility. In 2023, the Department of Education had a strong emphasis on providing access to higher education. This was one of the highlights of Education Minister Sean Edwards' review of his department's performance over the last year. The ministry launched several initiatives aimed at producing at least one university graduate per household in St. Lucia, and one of these programs is the First Generation Scholarship Program, which the government has partnered with the Monroe College to undertake. Currently, 50 young people are enrolled in various courses at that college on full scholarships.
For too long, there are young people in this country who have shown that they have the ability, they are capable. But because of socio-economic circumstances at home, the parents do not have the means, close relatives do not have the means, those children have been left to languish, and it is the children of the rich and those who have the means who have gone on to university. With this first generation scholarship program, we are saying whether you're from Soufre, you're from Choiseul, you're from Denry, you're from Grosley, Barbono, Canries, Ancillary, once you have the prerequisites, you have the aptitude and the ability, our government is meeting you halfway, irrespective of where you're from, your political affiliation, and we are giving you the opportunity to realize your dream, go out there, enroll at university, and graduate as a proud young St. Lucian.
The government is not working only with Monroe College, but with other local, regional, and international tertiary institutions to provide local students with educational opportunities. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching.
Kendall, as always, thank you so very much. We now take a break. We'll be back in a minute. So, lucky you again. It's Thursday. Means you've got 3 features on our behalf. So our first feature, Love and Spice, that's the name of the company. That young lady has got an awesome journey. Her products and services are to die for. We caught up with Desma, Empress Desma. Listen, we're on Jeremy Street. It's in the new year, man. Happy New Year to you, Empress Desma. We're here at Love and Spice with Empress Desma, of course. It was only a matter of time we find ourselves here, you know, because certainly these are the things that, well, I follow these kind of things, and certainly the people around me follow these kinds of things too, because we're always looking at ways to continue to maintain the health consciousness, because this is the way to go. Certainly, you know, we caught up on a nice laughing thing, but this is no laughing matter right now. Ensuring that we make the right choices when it comes to taking care of our temple, taking care of our minds, our body, our soul. Holistic health is absolutely of importance right now, you know, and more we're beginning to realize that this is the way to go. Empress Desma, you are here and you're right up that alley, so I'm glad we are able to, you know, sit down with you for a little bit to learn some about what it is you do here. Happy New Year again.
Give thanks, bless the
Absolute
love,
blessed
bless
love.
the love.
Wonderful.
Thank
tell
you
me
for coming.
tell me about Love and
Love and
Spice.
Spice. Okay,
when was it started? Why was it started?
That's a very interesting question. But I've never gotten that question before. When was it started?
Yeah. How did it start?
How did it start? Love and Spice started because I loved my body. And that was the idea of Love and Spice was birthed in 2006 when I was leaving Corinth Secondary School.
Wow.
That's when I was leaving. And I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a shop with a product for every part of the body that could provide a solution for every part of the body. So that was me. That was me just being 18 and loving my body and wanting to keep and preserve my temple the way it was at that time.
Right. You originally Rastafari. You grew in the faith? Or
No, I never grew in the faith.
At 18 you were.
At 18, I knew how much I loved myself because I was a track star. I was a track star.
Oh, you were
yes,
athletics. Okay.
yes, right.
But
I
you
was
were
a
not.
track
You were not an empress.
I was
at the
not.
time, but you were just very conscious.
I was very conscious. I was very conscious at that time. So I started to what you call bust the dreads, but it was stopped by my mom. It was stopped in school
so this
days.
is not something that you carried down to generation for you. You entered into this.
Yes.
This
Yes.
liberty all by yourself.
All by myself.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the inspiration came along. So I did my studies. I put in the academical work to it, and I also got inspirations and also got visions from the Most High. And my grandmother, my grandparents, them being so in tune with nature and providing the land, which was crucial to the spice aspect of Love and Spice, because Love and Spice started with the spice aspect, making of the oils from dry coconuts and making of the spices, the cinnamons, and making the powders, the macambo flour. So the land that my grandmother left down in Belvedere Canaries, that land provided the foundation of Love and Spice to start the spice aspect. And then now coming because that place it didn't have any electricity when I started the business. So coming out up now into Otago Heights in Ancillary, the electricity aspect came about, and then the love aspect of Love and Spice came into full maturity, full bloom, but it's not yet finished. It's still an ongoing, business.
What is the ultimate vision? Because
The ultimate vision of Love and Spice is that persons are able to stay and get a product made locally for every problem. It will provide a solution for every problem that they encounter. And I'm going to give you a little example with that. I have a vaginal oil, and I have two parts to the vaginal oil. I have the cleanse and I have the lubricating. The cleanse one can be used to stay and get rid of common issues such as yeast infections, urinary tract infections, and also prevent. Due to the medical aspect, we have the Medical and Dental Association coming down. So they have certain other things that it does work and prevent, right? And I cannot say it. Persons have to stay and come in. Now, there are also other parts. For example, somebody has a toenail fungus. They can use the cleansing oil.
I have that.
For the toenail fungus. You know?
I have a few.
Yeah. So person says somebody, I recently got carbuncles. And then, because I hadn't done a cleanse, and then I used the vaginal oil cleanse. I just up it a little bit with one of my secret ingredients, and it was able to stay and get rid of the carbuncle. You know, so Love and Spice is very diverse. The products are very diverse. One product will not work solely for what is stated on the label. It can work for many different issues. And at the moment we have products for men, for man, woman, and child. And I even have stuff for my dogs because I love animals. So I even have products for my dogs as well. Right.
Listen, this have to be like a intro to you, because there is so much I want to talk about. There's so much more here that I think we need to tap into. We need to really get into the products in a bit, but we really wanted to get a sense as to you, the person and how this all started as well, because we already have to wrap up this segment here, but I'm sure, I want to do a follow-up segment with you because I need to get more in-depth into the product side of things and, where this is heading, how it is that you're mixing and stuff like that, when what it is like going into that creating of the product. I want to do all of that, but we're gonna do another one. We probably follow you around in one of your mixing sessions. We'll probably try to do that. In the meantime, though, you're here on Jeremy Street
upstairs, Liberty, on Jeremy Street, opposite the old fire station.
Are you on any social media or anything?
Yes, I am on Instagram, love.spicespa.
Right.
And on Facebook, it's lovespice.hd.
Right. Yes. So certainly you need to check her out.
And we're on WhatsApp as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, WhatsApp 520-2621 or 287-1313. 1 in 3, 1 in 3.
There you go. I love it. Listen, Desma, Empress, we're definitely going to be back. We need to have a session where we walk through with you, where you're actually creating. I would love to see you in your creating zone.
Truly.
Absolutely. Give thanks. Blessed love. In the second feature, well, of course, the CCSS alumni always stand up. CCSS loud and proud. They've got a walkathon coming up. It's all part leading up to their 50th anniversary. We caught up with James Ajuda, who is the press relations personnel for the alumni. James Wavemaker is no stranger to St. Lucia, of course. He's a character on every level. But you know what? We happen to pin him down in a serious department here this morning, because he is the PR person for the alumni. Is it the CCSS?
Global alumni.
Global alumni. So, and of course, we've smacked down into kicking off 2024. and a lot of things is happening. Of course, the 50th anniversary celebration continues. Lots of things on the cards for that as well, and we want to continue to follow up with what is going on. Now, James, we know that there's a walkathon. There's a lot going on. We're going to keep tapping in as we move along because CCSS is home as well.
Yeah.
You understand? But there's a walkathon that is coming up as well, all part of the celebration as well. And we wanted to find out about it. When is it going to be? What is happening? Where we at with this?
Okay. So, again, I mean, as you alluded to, this is 2024, and as many persons will know, this is going up to our 50th anniversary for Castries Comprehensive. So, of course, we're going to be doing as much as we can for the year. Everybody enjoyed roll call last year.
Yes.
Everybody. It was so talked about, and now people just can't wait for this year's one to come about. But, you know, going up to that, we're going to be doing a number of activities. And, of course, as you mentioned, the walk-off one is happening at the end of this month. You know, January is a tough month, you know. December, you know, we have spent a little too much. So January, at the end of January, when we've recovered from the longest month of the year, you know, we're going to have that walk-a-thon, and that's going to be on the 28th of January. And again, these are just some of the things leading up to our 50th anniversary and all of the things that we're going to be doing around March and April as well.
Right. What do you hope to accomplish as part of the walkathon? Is it a space for CCSI or CCSS past students only, or you want everybody to join? You want persons other than CCSS members to join in with that walk? It's also a fundraiser as well, right?
Absolutely. Everything we do as a global alumni is for the benefit of the school. Now, even if you may not be a past student of Castries Comprehensive, all of us, in some way, some aspect of our lives have been affected by somebody in the Castries Comprehensive School, right? It could be family members, friends, whatever it may be, right? So many skilled and technical persons in society, whatever, you know, have gone through Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. So one of, or if not the best technical school on the island, let's do all we can to help raise funds. So, of course, we want to continue to build the camaraderie amongst ourselves as past students, and also those who are present students as well. You know, you can come out with your families, with your friends, and, you know, participate in the walk. And again, all of it is to raise funds for the school, which does, you know, needs a little touch up here and there, a little attention. So that's what we're doing.
Certainly. All right. So it's in the form of T-shirts. We purchase T-shirts packages.
Yes.
How much is it, and where can we find it? I think you have
Yes.
a few days leading up where.
Let me
you
make
can
sure I
purchase.
have the right information from Madam President, you know.
Absolutely. Big up to Joanne.
Yes,
of
yes.
course.
But packages are $30, which is registration as well as your shirt.
Right.
All right. Shirts will be on sale at the Boulevard, William Peter Boulevard, as well as in Rodney Bay Mall every Saturday morning until the event. Okay. So you can look out for that. Of course, there's gonna be food and drinks on sale as well. So again, all of this is fundraising, and this is gonna be from every Saturday leading up to that walk as well. You'll be able to register for that walk.
Right. In terms of the route, do you know what the route is going to be like?
Not as yet.
Okay.
Mr. Peterkin will fill us in soon. I'm sure everybody knows Mr. Peterkin.
Yes.
So eventually we'll put out that information. What everybody can do is follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, CCSS Global Alumni. Also the Facebook page and group is very active. So feel free to join our social media channels to find out up-to-date information as we put it out.
Wonderful. James, we're definitely going to be talking to you again
For
as we
sure.
get closer to the 50th.
For sure.
And of course, roll call.
You
I
must
got a
be
call
there.
for roll call.
You must
So
be there.
I think I'm
They
gonna be in
request you
there.
early.
Yes,
They
I
request
know.
you early.
Well, yeah. If I had to, this is definitely where I'll be doing. It's Castries Comprehensive. That's my energy right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm on
man.
that energy field with you
For
guys
sure.
right there.
For sure.
They got my vibe. I got their vibe.
That's
so
right.
that's the right place for me. So we look forward to that. But certainly, like you said, the walk every Saturday, we can look forward to T-shirts and registration as we lead up to the 28th of the month.
Yep. Come out and support, guys. Come out and support. Again, the school needs our attention. We need as much help as we can. We're doing, you know, we've already accomplished a few projects already in the past year. but there's still so much more that the kids need. So let's do our part to really help Castries Comprehensive Secondary School and to celebrate 50 years of the best school.
Absolutely. What's your thing again? What's your thing? You have you have a pledge? The school have a pledge?
The school has a pledge.
Yeah.
Yes.
You remember the pledge?
Boy.
James, you have to learn that before roll call, eh? Because make sure you learn it before roll call. Absolutely. Yes, man.
Don't tell Mr. Joseph.
Don't tell them nothing.
Miss
We're
Daniel.
learning that. Before roll call, we'll be learning that. James, thank you so much.
No problem.
Wonderful. And our third and final feature, let's calm things down a bit. We went up to the Soul Sanctum and we caught up with Marie Skeet. They've got quite something amazing and interesting, the first of its kind actually, that is happening right here on the St. Lucian soil. Let's find out some more about it. We're here, the name is Marie Skeet. The establishment, Soul Sanctum. One word, energy. That's what we're working with here today. Maurice, we are so honored to be here. I feel light, I feel peaceful. From my entry, from walking into this space, there is a beautiful energy here.
Oh, wonderful. We're happy that you're actually feeling this because that is exactly what we want. We want everyone to feel relaxed and comfortable when you walk in. It's a place for rejuvenation, for self-care, for taking care of yourself, prevention, you know, name it, because we don't want anyone to be ill or unhappy.
Absolutely. Soul Sanctum is newly, because it's the first of its kind. It is a boutique hotel that deals with holistic healing.
Correct. And the focal point of this place is our studio. We refer to it as a wellness studio because we offer, every program we offer here is something for upliftment and for taking you to this place of feeling good about yourself, wellness, and feeling that joy within.
Right.
And
tell me about the birthing of it. Why did you? It's a partnership between you and your husband, and you guys have been in that particular field for quite some time.
We have been. We were in the early 80s teachers of transcendental meditation, and so for a number of years we did this until we sort of transferred to the Art of Living Foundation. With the Art of Living Foundation, we were able to encompass every aspect of the being. So it ranged from with programs for children all the way up to the elderly. And so it incorporated a lot of breath work, movement, energy work. And so from the early 90s, 92 I would say, we were both teachers of the meditation practice. And then I became a breathwork teacher, and we both became practitioners of Mama Chikitsa, which is really it's energy treatments.
Ayurvedic, isn't it?
It's Ayurvedic, very intense, using just gentle touch, and so to open the energy centers to all the areas that are blocked or unblocked, to have them flow so that energy will be there for us all.
Wonderful. Now, a lot of the times people are not in tune. I mean, our grandparents back then, they did it, but maybe in a different form, in a different way, not really understanding the actual explanation of it. But they were doing things that was working along that route as well. As we grow, we transitioned somewhat because we got into eras where persons were telling us this is nonsense, this doesn't make sense. Yeah. But now we're seeing a total shift back into that energy again, where we even have established chemistry, scientific doctors who are now actually resorting back to these sort of treatment.
Absolutely, and that's because of the amount of stress that we are faced with our everyday life. Right. So, things were different in the past. It was a little more easygoing, but, the ancients knew. They were very wise, and we did not pay attention to, most of it. I remember very well growing up, and, all the teas and concoctions our parents and grandparents would make for us, and we never took notice of it. We didn't like drinking it.
Exactly.
But then now we've come to realize that all these things have their benefits. And then taking care of yourself. They always gave this little massage.
Yes.
The kids got their baths in coconut oil.
That's right.
And so on.
That's
There we
right.
are now doing the very same thing, stimulating these points in us that allow us the good health.
Heal.
Yeah.
Self-healing, a lot of body heals self. Now, we need to spend a lot of time with you here because there's a lot to discover, a lot to cover here. Yes. But in terms of the hotel boutique, is it a normal operational boutique where persons can book as a normal hotel?
Yes.
But you also have your programs included in here as well.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So the studio actually was the initial concept. But we couldn't maintain a studio just on its own.
Okay.
It's a lot to maintain this. And so we had to have something to supplement. And originally we thought of putting apartments. But then COVID came along, and then we realized, wait a minute, we need that, to be able to do retreats, to be able to house people who want that sort of thing, whether they're from the island or elsewhere. And so we decided to put the rooms. We have 8 rooms in all. So we can house 16 people. And we encourage, like yoga practitioners or any teachers who would like to bring groups over to come and utilize our space. And then that way also open it out to the general public. So people have that taste of, access to all those different modalities, which we would really like the exposure for. So right here now, we offer yoga, Pilates, Alexander technique, we do neuro movement, somatic exercises. There are a number of, healing, actually, energy healing. And so there's so many, there's a diverse range of modalities that we offer.
Right.
So,
where can we find you? Because listen, a lot of people are realizing that they need this sort of escape more and more. So how can we find you?
So our website is very comprehensive. We have everything on the website. We're on Facebook. We're on social media.
And it's all Sanctun?
On Salt Sanctum.
Spelled
So you can
S-O-L?
SOLSANCTUM. We're on Google Maps. It's easy to find, and our programs are put out. Our schedule. It's put out every month. So, if there are any changes, it's right there. If we have any additional retreats or workshops, it's right there. So,
right. And a lot of your people who offer these studio sessions here are actually St. Lucians as well.
Absolutely. We try our best to get people who, are trained, of course, from the island itself, and that makes a huge difference, because not only for themselves, because there isn't really much scope for this here, yes. But also our visitors love it, because it's a different, it's a different feel. Everybody has their own way of teaching, even if you're trained yes. in something, then you have the St. Lucia flavor.
You have the island touch to it. I like this, certainly. I love this. Listen, Maurice, we need to spend some more time, because you do have a teenage program here that we want to follow up on, because yes. I think it's amazing, because our teenagers yes. are battling a lot as well, and they
Absolutely.
have no escape. And a lot of the times we don't understand how to connect with them.
Yes.
And you have a program here. We intend to come back and tap
Wonderful.
into that as
Wonderful.
well.
So, as much as we don't offer too much of the kids program here, because you see how it's built, and children are very boisterous, and so we actually would go to various places to do programs for them once we're asked to, or if we
I like that.
Yes, and
I certainly like that.
we can bring in teachers. That isn't a problem at all. We can actually bring in trained teachers if we have none here in these particular programs.
I love it. Now, Maurice, we've got to wrap up, because it's 5 minutes. We've probably gone past the 5 minutes, but that's fine. We definitely going to be back. I think we need to stay close to that energy right here. I think it's needed.
Well, we're always here. We intend, being here as long as we're allowed to. So.
Absolutely. And thank you for that. I'm happy that yourself and your husband was inspired to create that space.
Yes, you know, it's always when you get the benefits of the programs, you want to be able to share. You want everybody to have that experience.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Thank you, Maurice.
You're very
All
welcome.
the best. Certainly. And that ends our show for today. I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. Let's do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the weekend. Yeah, we kick it off Friday in a nice way tomorrow as well. Join us again for another DBS this morning, right here.